I was raised the first 10 years of my life in Utah on a dairy farm that my grandfather and father had started, and so when basically we were getting crowded out down there, so we moved to Idaho, and so we had a little more room and could expand, and we did that in 1953. And so we were milking our cows by hand up until the time we moved to Idaho. And I started when I was about 6 years old and milking. And one of my jobs was also, we had kind of a cash and carry dairy, and I was the carrier. My mother had made me a pouch or a satchel so she could put cream in that she'd separated and milk. My dad had milk, raw milk, and then I delivered that to the neighbors when I was really young. So that was kind of my first introduction, I think, to the dairy business. And I always thought that I would be a farmer, but the farm really wasn't large enough to support, two families. And I, as most kids in my class, either went in the military or to college or did something else. So even though I had a desire to farm, my parents were really strong on education. That it was really important that their kids go to school, particularly college, and get a college degree, because they hadn't had that opportunity. And my dad was very independent. He wasn't really willing to even help me get into the dairy business because they thought I should probably do something else. And that was at least one reason. And so I left home. I went to college and graduated from law school, and I also had an accounting degree in accounting. And then I thought, well, I need to make that education worth something. I ought to have some practical experience. So I moved to San Francisco and practiced as a CPA attorney in San Francisco for several years. And when I had enough money that I could match my dad's investment, then he allowed me to come back. And so when I came back, he and I were partners, and we farmed as a partnership. And so that was really how I got back into the dairy business. So it was really something I always wanted to do, but I had to figure out a way to financially be able to do it.
Spent a lot of time in this barn right here, milking cows growing up. I wasn't always excited to be out here milking, but when I was milking with my dad, invariably he always was whistling a tune while he was milking. And I think when he was out here, there's no place he would have rather been than right here in the barn. As a kid, if I wasn't going to be a farmer, I talked about being a zookeeper. My dad thought maybe that would be a good profession for me, is to go work at a zoo, because I like the animals so much. And I think that's something I inherited from my dad. I think his passion has really been in the animal care, and taking care of an animal that's maybe sick or hurt, or helping deliver a calf if the mother's having a little trouble delivering. Those are things that made a strong impression on me and kind of wanted me to, I think, grow up to be an animal caretaker and have that strong relationship with animals.
Brent bought several heifers from us. He came out here, and I don't remember how it happened exactly, other than he was looking for some heifers, and we had some, and he found out that it was 2009, it was hard for everybody, and I think he chose to buy quite a few of ours, maybe even a higher price, because he knew he could help us out. That's the heart of a true farmer, is to have a desire to help others. Some of those things just kind of stick with you forever.